Welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti. It's Town of Old Saybrook night tonight on the Pete Mezzetti Show, and with me to discuss what's going on with the Town of Old Saybrook is Jennifer Donahue, who is with the Economic Development Committee. Jennifer, welcome. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me, Pete.
No, thanks for coming down. And the illustrious first selectman of the Town of Old Saybrook, the Honorable Carl Fortuna.
Dripping with cynicism. Good to see you.
Hello, sir.
Good to see you again.
Hey, buddy. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. And
it's been a while.
And as always, it's very nice of you to invite me on the show, and I get to bring in some of my great staff,
yes.
which Jennifer is part of that. We have a really great staff in Town Hall.
Cool.
So, in all seriousness, you and I joke around a lot. We appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.
Because it's valuable airtime, and it's good for the town of Old Saybrook to get eyeballs, and so people can know what we're doing.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. So Jennifer, tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in your role with the town.
So I've been working for the town for probably about 7 years now.
Okay.
I started out freelancing for them, and then I started working for them part-time, and about a year and a half ago, I started working in the Economic Development Office. So I've been with them in a lot of roles.
So Jennifer I know Jennifer from a prior life of mine, prior to being first selectman, and we were friends. And she's a terrific writer. So our annual town report that we put out every year is really a terrific document, but it requires a lot of editing and some writing. And Jennifer partly was brought in, as I recall, to help us kind of make that a better document.
Okay.
And our town report, I'll put up against anybody's town report. It's just a really great document, and it tells you so much about the town. We like to think it's reasonably well written also, and Jennifer has a lot to do with that. She's really talented with a pen and paper, in addition to some other talents that maybe we can talk about tonight in terms of what she's done for the town.
Sure. And what have you done for the town?
Oh, geez.
I didn't know it was the Jennifer Donahue show. I thought it was the Town of Old Saybrook show.
Well,
and it can be. So, look. We had the prior economic development director was Susan Beckman, and Susan took over the role initially and really kind of grew it a little bit from what it was. It was a bit of an inactive department for many years, but this goes back when maybe economic development departments weren't quite as active. So Susie grew the role, and then Jennifer came in, and she saw what was there, and she stepped it up a little bit. And we've really done some exciting stuff lately. So now I'm going to turn it over to Jennifer to tell you, some of the things initiatives and projects.
Sure.
I mean, one of the biggest things we're working on right now that I think we're pretty excited about is the Economic Development Commission made a request from the American Rescue Plan Act committee of the town, and they received some funding, and they've been using that to sort of strengthen our business community, promote them, provide some resiliency. It's been a tough few years for businesses, as we know, and the Economic Development Commission is really committed to supporting our businesses and making them feel like they're on stronger ground after that tough period. And we've been doing some promotion. We brought a video tonight if you feel like sharing that at some point. That was a summer promotion we did. We're working on some fall micro videos, and we also hope to have a more visitor-focused web page at some point. And we've also been doing a lot of special events, which aren't part of that, but something that I think has become a little more to the forefront in the town and has been successful, like our Starlight Festival. And
so we're really, the thought of a municipality marketing itself, I think, is a little different. I mean, you think of businesses, Starbucks and your local businesses as marketing. They want to market because they're looking to make a profit.
Sure.
And a municipality isn't looking to make a profit, but we're looking to be a vibrant community with successful businesses and bringing people from all over the state, really, and maybe from out of state, into our town to discover our town. So several years ago, I don't recall exactly when, we put some marketing dollars into the budget. And one of the projects that came out of it was this past summer. Even though we've had it for several years, we did a marketing video of extending the summer in Old Saybrook. And if you don't mind, could we play that? Because I thought it was really well done, and I know we brought it. I don't know if we're able to play it or not. What do you?
It's actually our PSA break when we go.
Oh, all right,
It's,
cool.
it's, our, it's our PSA break when we go into the break, and actually I have.
So, and that, that's all in an effort, in addition to many other things, like Jennifer was saying, just bringing people into the town and helping support our businesses. Now, not every business is going to make it. There's always a cycle, but really, really proud of the marketing efforts that we put forward. I think it's probably more marketing than any other towns in our region have done. I mean, I don't know that many of the other towns are doing what we're doing.
Right.
There also has to be a little bit of a return on investment, we would hope, right?
Okay.
I mean, you would hope that people would see those marketing videos and have an image of the town that is incredibly positive. And look, one of the, and this goes back to prior discussions that you and I have had, a little bit of the dysfunction with the state of Connecticut. We have 169 towns. We should not be competing against Essex, Westbrook, Clinton, Old Lyme, right? We shouldn't be. Why should we be marketing Old Saybrook? We should be marketing a region, really. We should be marketing southeastern Connecticut. We should be marketing Connecticut as a whole, which the state of Connecticut does. Not enough, but they do it. But since we don't have county government, and since we don't have a regional effort to really solidly market the lower Connecticut River Valley, towns have to take it upon themselves to promote themselves and get businesses and people and eyeballs on their town. And that's a little bit of what we're doing with the marketing campaign.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just really want to tell Old Saybrook's story and show its uniqueness. We do cooperate a lot with CT Visit, though, the state's marketing venue, and I know that they've been working hard to try and incorporate more of the regional and local storytelling into their site. So, we're trying to cooperate with that.
But that's one thing. Another project we have out there is, are you familiar with what we call Mariner's Way, which is...
You and I have talked about it in the past.
We have. Right across from Mystic Market, if you go straight across and you go towards Gladeview, that strip of land in there we call Mariner's Way, going back 10, 11 years. Recently, we put some money aside to hire a consultant to kind of take a deeper dive into that area.
Okay.
Post-COVID, people work at home a lot more than they ever did, right?
Yeah.
A lot has changed in terms of people's work habits, play habits, where they live. I think we all know real estate values have gone through the roof in this part of the world, partly because people can work from home. So maybe they're not living in New York City, maybe they're not living in Fairfield County, they're saying, hey, let's go to Old Saybrook. So we started a project with, did a request for proposals. We got 5 proposals. We chose a particular consultant named Comoyne and Associates. And Jennifer maybe can tell you a little bit more about that project and what we hope to get from it.
So we're having them do a couple things for us, a market study and also an economic opportunity study, and so that we can really get a baseline of what might have changed in the last decade to see if it's going to change our perspective on what would be a best fit for that area, how best to utilize some of the vacant space there, how to help the businesses that are there maximize their impact, and just make that gateway to the town much more vibrant, as an entryway for people coming off the highway to visit us.
It's an eclectic area, to say the least.
Yes, I know exactly where you're talking about.
I know, and there are some new businesses out there. Wild Birds is out there. There's a new
Papercraft Clubhouse
that moved from another town
Yep.
into Old Saybrook. There's opportunity out there to really make a change, I think. And what we'd like to see out there is some housing.
Right.
It's an ideal spot for housing, Pete.
It is.
You put some housing there, you can easily get to the train station.
Exactly.
Walk right over the bridge over to the train station. So we feel like we need almost like an anchor tenant to come in and say, hey, we want to put down roots on this strip of land we call Mariners Way, and we feel like that really would probably trigger a little bit more redevelopment. The demographics of Old Saybrook are pretty good in terms of money. We have a population that tends to do a little bit better, and part of the reason for that is we're old. Old Saybrook is one of the oldest, demographically, one of the older towns in the state.
Really?
Yeah, I know. And I represent those people. I have to tell you right now, I'm firmly in the age bracket that we're talking about. But obviously, if we had some housing down there, we might be able to drive that number down a little bit.
Right.
Might get people who are willing to commute to New Haven and New London, or work from home, and so maybe get some more folks in their 20s, 30s, 40s. We have a lot of single-family housing. It's good to have a little bit more variety in our housing market than we do have right now. So those are two pretty big projects we have going on right now, the marketing campaign and Camoin and Associates.
Would you guys mind sticking around for another segment?
Another segment?
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Absolutely.
Matter. Well, welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. Sitting here with Jennifer Donahue and Carl Fortuna from the town of Old Saybrook. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pete.
So, Jenna,
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
We have the craft fair in Old Saybrook this weekend.
That's right.
And I know you had Judy on last week.
Yeah, Judy Sullivan from the Greater Chamber of Commerce was on last week.
This craft fair is, first of all, this year, I think last year it got rained out. Right?
Yes. So we're excited for good weather.
Yes.
If you've looked at the forecast for this coming weekend, which is the 29th, 30th, 1st, somewhere in there.
The 30th.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yes.
I ordered it up, and it's going to be perfect weather. 70 degrees and sunny.
Excellent.
So they are going to have record crowds this weekend. I'm sure of it. Judy gave me some stats. This is the 59th annual Arts and Crafts Show.
Yeah.
They have over 150 artists. You probably got some of this. And it's on the Old Saybrook Town Green, Saturday from 10 to 5, Sunday from 10 to 4. Lots of different categories of crafts and everything. I think most of your viewers have probably either seen it or attended the craft fair. So just want to put that on your calendar if you'd like to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
And certainly some of the folks who are watching this. After that, we have a lot planned for the fall from an economic development point of view. we're trying to drive more people into town in colder weather.
Okay.
Old Saybrook's known as a summer community. Part of our marketing is to make it more of a year-round community, right? We want people here all year round, and we have some activities planned for the holidays.
Jennifer, what's going on?
So our Starlight Festival is coming back for its third year, Saturday, December 2nd from 2 to 6. And we'll have a bunch of activities on the green. A lot of those will be family-friendly, arts and crafts. Santa, we hear, is going to come in on the fire engine again. And
Santa?
Yeah. Yep. I heard he's coming. And we'll have free hot cocoa and live Candyland on the green. So that's going to be really fun. We are hoping for good weather for that. We got rained out for that last year too.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But our restaurants, we hope again to have a bunch of Starlight specials and also live entertainment. The chamber is getting back their stocking walk, so you'll be able to buy a little stocking and take it around to all the local businesses and fill it up with small gifts. Horse-drawn carriage rides, carolers. It's going to be a great night.
Yeah. So, and that, again, you know, something to do for the residents to make it fun over the holidays. I know we're just coming out of summer, so it's hard to talk about that. You know,
Right.
think about cold weather, and of course, the weekend after that is the Torchlight Parade,
That's right.
where yours truly dresses as George Washington. Thank you very much. Anyway, so. We're excited about the Starlight Festival. I think just like the festival we had over the summer, our Celebrate Saybrook Festival,
Yes.
which was a huge success, massive success. We are going to make that better. But every year that you do these events, you get better at them.
Right.
And I think you've made a lot of improvements. And I really think it's going to be a great day. December 2nd, you said?
Yep. And we're doing some other things. The Chamber's really spearheading 2 Friday nights where there's going to be extended hours for the shops to be open. That's
Cool.
December 1st. It will be a ladies' night, and our Youth and Family Services will offer babysitting at Park and Rec that night.
Okay.
So parents can go out and have a nice time and shop. And
That's
then,
great.
yeah, December 8th, we'll have a festive Friday celebration again, have the shops open late. So just trying to keep that energy up throughout the holiday season, support our business community.
Help our retail, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Retail and restaurants. We have such a vibrant Main Street, and this is all about keeping that vibrancy. You know, one of the things I'd like to mention while we're here is, as you know, we lost one of our big stores on Main Street, Gargano.
Yes.
Pasta
Yep.
vacated their property. But the great news is we have Thimble Island Brewery coming in to that space. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I did not.
So Thimble Island Brewery is a brewery out of Brantford,
Yep.
very well known, and they are coming in, and I believe right now we're in late September. They will be open. I think they hope to be open in October. They just got their health district certification
Okay.
to open, and one of the reasons they can open so quickly is it's the same use. Like before it was
Right.
food, now it's going to be food and beer.
Right.
They're going to do some brewing there. As you know, Saybrook is all septics. We're not sewer, so it's hard to brew when you don't have sewers. It's a very water-intensive process. So they're going to have some brewing, but they're mostly going to bring in some of their
Product from
freshly
Brantford.
brewed beer from Brantford. It's not a long trip.
No.
So that's really exciting. And I think it's going to be a home run. I really do. People, I will tell you, in the last 12 years, I've been in office now 12 years, Pete. You've known
been
me
that long?
You've known me that long, and
Oh God. I need an award.
and I'm running again this November.
Right.
And right now, it doesn't look like there'll be an opponent, so you'll have me for another 2 years to listen to on your show. I know
Lucky me.
you're very, very excited about that.
Yeah.
Just don't try to contain yourself.
Okay.
All right. So we have Gargano, and people have been for 12 years. coming to me and saying, can't we get a brew pub? Why can't we get a brew pub on Main Street? And now we're going to have a brew pub on Main Street. And that's where you and I perhaps can toast.
We can do that.
We can toast the Pete Mezzetti
Yeah,
show.
we can definitely do that. Now, speaking of the town of Old Saybrook,
Which we're doing.
let's talk about what's going on with Whole Foods.
Yeah. So the Whole Foods application is still active. They are currently before two of our boards. Architectural Review Board, they've been there 2 or 3 times trying to get buy-in from the ARB on their design. And they are also in front of the Inland Wetlands Commission. So last Thursday night, I attended the Inland Wetlands Commission meeting that Whole Foods presented, and there were other folks who weren't necessarily opposed to Whole Foods coming in, but Whole Foods is directly north of Chalker Beach. Chalker Beach experiences a lot of flooding. So there were several residents of the Chalker Beach area there that are concerned that a new development, and it's not a new development, the development already exists, but a renovated development might cause more flooding if there's a lot of activity there. So the Inland Wetlands Commission listened to all the testimony, both resident testimony and expert testimony. They closed the public hearing on the Whole Foods application, and next month, on a Thursday, 3rd or 4th Thursday of the month, I think it's the 3rd Thursday of the month, Inland Wetlands will vote on the Whole Foods application. If they approve it, it will then go to zoning. And that's where the rubber will meet the road, if assuming it gets through Inland Wetlands. And that process, I would gander, it will take, I'm going to say 3 to 6 months for zoning. 3 months would be optimistic. So I think people in town really do want Whole Foods, no matter where they live, whether it's Chalker Beach or elsewhere.
Yeah.
People want responsible development, right? They want, they want the latest in technology so that it's energy efficient. They want to make sure that it's not going to create other flooding issues. So I think Whole Foods is doing a good job so far, and I anticipate that application will move forward. So I don't have anything to say like they're going to be here.
Right.
They're going through the boards and commissions, and the boards and commissions have to do their job.
Now, let's talk about one of my favorite topics to talk about with you.
Poor Jennifer. She's going to listen to, I know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say?
Garbage?
Sure.
I'm going to be brief. I don't know how much time we have. The Materials Innovation Recycling Authority basically does not exist anymore. That is where Old Saybrook took its trash. Used to be a plant in Hartford that was a burn plant. It is now closed down. What was created in its place was what they call the Mira Dissolution Authority. So Mira has a lot of assets. They have buildings, they have equipment. They have about $30 million. So the Mira Dissolution Authority exists to wind Mira down, determine how that money is going to be spent, and also determine how the remaining Mira communities, of which there are 22, Old Saybrook being one, how are they going to continue to find an efficient and cost-effective way to dispose of their garbage. So Mira has contracts out there. We have a contract with Mira. Mira is still administratively handling our garbage, but they're not burning it anymore. We have a contract that sends Old Saybrook's garbage to the town of Preston, where there is a burn plant, and that's where our garbage currently goes.
Okay.
A lot of garbage, as a result of the Mira plant closing, is being shipped out of state. And Pete, I know we laugh about it.
Yes.
Oh, garbage. Oh, you're talking about garbage again. Garbage is a massive crisis in the state of Connecticut. Is it good that we send hundreds of tons of food waste, plastic waste, all kinds of waste to Ohio to be buried in the ground, or Kentucky to be buried in the ground? It's not right, right? It doesn't. So there has to be better efforts statewide. Locally, we're trying to encourage people to do a lot more food scrap recycling. We've purchased kitchen top containers for people to keep their food scraps on their kitchen container. They can then take it to the transfer station, and we hired a company called Blue Earth Recycling, and they take all our food scraps that people will donate to them, and that becomes biodiesel. Yeah, so
Really?
we made
Cool.
It's almost a perfect cycle,
Right.
From food growth and food scraps to fuel. But people still throw a lot of food waste away, and we're trying to get away from that. We're trying to encourage our residents to recycle their food scraps, because it's about 20 to 25% of the weight of garbage. And you pay to get rid of your garbage by weight, by ton. And it's expensive.
Yeah.
So it's a boring topic, but a very important topic.
Well, guess what?
No.
Yes,
We're done?
we're out of time.
That was quick.
Jennifer Donahue from the town of Old Saybrook, thanks so much for some time. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Yep.
And Pete, my sincere thanks, always, honestly.
Thank you,
All right?
Bill.
Thank you
my
for having
friend.
us on.
You got
Appreciate
it.
it.
On behalf of Jennifer and Carl, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks, good night, and we'll see you next week.